So when you are at this place, right, you can't go above it because this is your reality. So what does that mean? You are only going to be attracting things on this level, the low vibrational level, okay? The only way for you to stop attracting the low vibrations within this area is for you to do the work to move out of the low vibration. Hey y'all, welcome to my channel if you're new, and welcome back if you are already subscribed. This is part 3 of the Fatherless Daughter series. So if you have not checked out part 1 or 2, make sure you do that because it's going to make a lot of sense going into part 3. But long story short, the Fatherless Daughters series was made because I feel like us as fatherless daughters, we have to stick together because our life, especially our love life, is going to be a lot different compared to our counterparts who grew up in 2-parent healthy households. And I wish I had somebody like a big sister or a mentor who could help me navigate these obstacles. And I just feel like, honestly, this subject is just not talked about enough. And then another thing, please excuse my background, y'all. I am working on this room to create content in, and my kids are in the other space where I record. So please excuse that. In part 2, we spoke about the emptiness and void in children and how they do different things to fill these voids. Now we are going to be speaking about the void in adults and why this affects your love life so heavily. So another thing we spoke about in these past videos is the importance of the father in the household to show the daughter what she needs to know in her love life. The father is supposed to be preparing her for her husband, what she needs to look out for, what she needs to see. As you notice, men who want to propose to a woman, they go to the father to ask for permission. Now think about that. If the father's role wasn't so crucial, they would go to the mother. The father is supposed to lend his approval when it comes to that situation. Okay, so when a daughter doesn't have that, she is going to, number one, go out on her own and find love how she thinks she's supposed to find it. And number 2, she is going to be getting advice from her single counterparts, like maybe her single mother, single sibling, single homegirl. Like, this cycle tends to repeat itself because 9 times out of 10, they were fatherless daughters as well. And they're also going based off of their own fatherless daughter experiences in their love life. Okay, not saying and discrediting that when you get older and wiser, you can't give advice, obviously. Okay, but at the same time, sometimes that advice cannot be the best because they also weren't taught what they need to know. Okay, so with that being said, though, you then have a fatherless daughter going out into the world with no proper experience with love from a masculine counterpart, as such as her father, with no proper advice, no proper guidance as far as like who this woman should choose or look for when it comes to partner romantic relationships, especially fiance, husband. So we find ourselves in these bad toxic situations because we are not properly prepared as fatherless daughters. Now, fatherless daughters are more at risk for certain things like mental health obstacles, domestic violence, even unfortunately financial obstacles, usually through childhood though. Okay, I'm gonna also add in soul ties and trauma bonding as well, and I'm gonna be making separate videos on those topics specifically. Okay, so when you're out in the world and you're choosing these partners, you are likely going to attract somebody from a broken place because you are at a broken place, whether that's subconsciously or consciously. A lot of fatherless daughters are actually in denial about this. Like, if you try to talk to them and tell them about this, you know, they tend to get defensive. Like, oh no, I don't care. I don't need him in my life. My mama did well without him. We're doing just good without him, right? But again, that is coming from a broken place, whether that's subconsciously or consciously. It's still coming from a broken place. And again, I encourage y'all to watch the first 2 videos because we spoke about how both the woman and men's DNA is inside of you. So it is natural and very spiritual for you to crave the other half of you. if you only seeing and being around one half of you, why do you think you feel broken, or you feel like you're missing something, or you feel empty? Because there's still another part of you that you're not being around and intertwining with. Okay, that's spiritual, that's energetic, it's realistic. Okay, so subconsciously you're going to still feel empty. You're going to at times feel broken and sad. Everything could be going right in your life. Your mother could have done everything in the world for you to where you don't miss out on anything you didn't want for nothing. However, that still does not fill a emptiness void when it comes to the absence of the father. Okay, so with that being said, you tend to fall into a low vibration when it comes to your romantic life. Okay, so think about everything that is low vibrational when it pertains to you. Okay, most common things are going to be depression, sadness, feeling empty, feeling broken, using substances all the time to cope, maybe even financial hardships, right? Non-committal, stuff like that, right? Being afraid of love, trust issues, right? All of these are low vibrational. Okay, so when you are at this place, right, you can't go above it, because this is your reality. So what does that mean? You are only going to be attracting things on this level, the low vibrational level. Okay, the only way for you to stop attracting the low vibrations within this area is for you to do the work to move out of the low vibration, so you can excel to things and individuals who are high vibrational. Okay, this is why you keep repeating those same cycles and voids, because as fatherless daughters, we have more inner work. Anybody in general who kind of grew up with childhood trauma, who didn't get the proper love that they needed in general, have more work to do than individuals who grew up with a 2-parent healthy household. Okay, so here are ways to fix this. Okay, number one is always going to be to identify the problem. If you stay in denial, then you are going to stay in a low vibration, period. Okay, you have to identify that there is a problem. Okay, where did this come from? What is going on with me? What is the problem here? That's where you're going to start, like, your root work, your shadow work. If you don't know what that is, definitely research it. It is everywhere. It's on TikTok. It's on Google. They have whole journals, in-depth journals on it. It's a lot of information on it, but it's way too long to talk about on this video. So definitely research it. But start with identifying the problem and start your shadow work. Start your inner work. That's definitely going to be number one. Number two, make sure you have a spiritual life. You don't have to be so spiritual, like, you don't have to be that person. What I mean is that some people don't take their spiritual health seriously. Some people just think they have to be physically healthy, financially healthy, emotionally healthy, and mentally healthy. But you don't leave room for your spiritual health. When you are constantly around, like, negative energy, negative people, when you are creating all these trauma bonds and soul ties, which again is more likely to happen when you're a fatherless daughter, you have to cleanse your energy from that. That's why sometimes you wake up and you just feel down. You just feel sad and you don't know why. Throughout the day, everything going good, then all of a sudden you feel down and sad about something. You know, it's because you are around different kind of energy constantly and you are not cleansing your energy, cleansing yourself out. You need to have spiritual health, okay? Sometimes you might have to go on a fast. No talking to people, no social media, isolating yourself, cleansing your body out, detoxing all that low vibrational food and mess that goes in you. You don't have to be a health freak. You just detox yourself throughout the years. Sometimes go on fast to cleanse yourself, okay? Number three, I definitely recommend therapy, okay? Again, I know our community isn't so big on therapy, and that's fine, but I definitely recommend therapy, especially for fatherless daughters. And I don't think that you should wait long to get into therapy. Like, some people don't do until way later down the road. I feel like if you are raising a fatherless daughter, you need to start them in therapy starting in grade school, okay? However, it's okay if you didn't realize that till later. Just get into therapy now, okay? A lot of times it's way easier to speak to a stranger than speak to somebody who knows you, who's going to judge you, who's going to probably give you bad advice because they're not properly healed themselves. And, you know, let's be honest and let's face it, like, therapists are trained in certain areas that a lot of fatherless daughters go through, a lot of mental health obstacles that fatherless daughters go through. So they can talk you through certain situations. They can put you probably in some type of group therapy as well with people going through similar mental obstacles as you. And you'll start to see that it's more common than you think it is. So I definitely recommend therapy, and find the right therapist for you. There's holistic therapists, there's religious therapists, whatever works for you, do it. Okay. Number 4, have patience with this journey. Yes, this is a journey. Being a fatherless daughter is a journey. We don't have the same luxuries and benefits as individuals who grew up with healthy 2-parent households. Okay. So this will be a journey, and that is okay. Have patience in your journey. You're not going to always get it right, and that's okay. As long as you can identify it and fix it, you will be fine. Okay. It is a journey. Have a good support system. What I'm going to say for number 5. Have a good support system. Okay. If there are people in your life that is not doing you well, not doing you good, and you know it, you might need to just rethink your circle. Okay. Because you do need to have people who's going to be there for you and support you through your journey as well. Okay. So I hope that this could help you guys. This is going to be the last video of the Fatherless Daughter series, and then we are going to start diving into the other topics that I want to speak about, which is like the trauma bonding, the soul ties, stuff like that, getting over heartbreaks. Like, we're going to dive into that stuff, but I thought it was important to get through the Fatherless Daughter series first, because I might have to refer back to that. Okay, so I hope this can help you. If it could, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys in the next video.